Hello and welcome to Maximum Fitness. My name is Jeremy Dahlm, owner and trainer of Forever Fit Personal Training located in downtown Northville. Today we're at the Livonia Senior Center off of 5 Mile in Farmington, and we're going to go over a few warm-ups. We're going to start off with an easy and a beginner warm-up to an advanced. And then after that we're going to go over some stretching techniques. And first I'm going to go over is right here. It's called a foam roll, and also some people know it as self-myofascial release. It's an excellent form of stretching, and I'm going to teach you some nice techniques of doing that. And then second, we're going to do some static stretching. Static stretches, we're going to perform some standing up, and for people that have issues getting down and up off the floor, the standing stretching works really well. And then second, we're going to do stretching techniques, static stretch and foam roll on the floor as well. So we're going to get started with our beginner warm-up. First, you're going to take your arms like this, and you're going to go up and down. As the knee comes up, the arms come up, just like this. And we're going to do this one for a total of like 20 reps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good, bring it on down. The second one we're going to do is called a half jack. So just like this, standing with your shoulder width apart with the feet, arms down on the side, just like this. As that leg comes out, the hands come together. We're going to do 20 of these, okay? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, great. Now the next one we're going to do is just called a standing swimmer. So you're just going to go opposite arm, opposite leg, and we'll do this one. We'll time this for 1 minute. So here we go. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Nice and easy. We're not in a race here. Some of you may have balance and stabilization issues where you can put a chair next to you and do the same side arm and the same side leg, which is known as an ipsilateral movement, because this does require some coordination and balance. So don't feel ashamed if you can't do it. Remember, this is for beginners. For 25 more seconds. Almost there. All right. Okay, now the next thing we're going to go into is called a hip hype leg extension, okay? So you're going to raise up the hip, just like so, and then extend that leg out in front of you. So you're going to do 20 on each side. So let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. That requires some balance and stabilization there, guys, because also I'd like to give you the option of using a chair. You know, some of you might feel unstable, so let's do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good. We're going to move on to our next warm-up exercise, which is a standing march for 1 minute. You guys can get a nice cadence going here if you want to put some jams in on. the radio at home. Keep up with the beat. Whatever helps motivate you, get off that couch. Got to stay moving out there. We got 25 seconds left. We'll be done with our beginner warm-up. Ten more seconds. Good, and that concludes our easy stretching routine. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back with our advanced one.
That's slow, that's slow. That's slow and below.
Look, he's blushing.
Seriously. Okay.
Welcome back to Maximum Fitness. We're going to get started with our advanced warm-up. First exercise we're going to go over is an 8-count bodybuilder, and I'm going to do 20 reps. These are tough, but watch what I do. First and foremost, you have to maintain good form, okay? So I'm going to go down, either put my hands down like this here, or fingers. I'm going to do both. I'm going to show you variations. So a regular one is palms flat on the floor because you're positioning yourself for a push-up. Then you're going to kick the legs out because right now when I go down, I'm in number 1. And when I kick my legs out, I'm at number 2. And when I go down for the push-up, 3, up 4, legs come apart in the back, 5, legs come together for 6. I bring the knees forward, feet underneath me for 7, and then bang, number 8. That's an 8-count bodybuilder. And we're going to do 20 of those bad boys. So let's get started. Here we go. Down, kick it out for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Down, kick it out for 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2. I'm going back and forth from finger push-ups to regular push-ups. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 10 more. Here we go. Halfway there. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 5 more. 16. 17. 18. 19. Last one. Gosh, took a while. Gonna be good and warm after this. 20. Next one we're gonna go into are jumping jacks. We're gonna knock off 50 of them. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 50. Next, we're going to move into air rope. For 1 minute, got my stopwatch on. Ready? Heart rate's up. Let me tell you, you got to be advanced to be able to do what you're doing here, what I'm doing here. Ready, and go. You can even double up if you want, you know, pretend like you're Rocky. We're almost there. After we're done this 1 minute of air rope, we're done with our advanced warm-up. So hang in there, keep digging deep. I know you're out of breath. I'm feeling it. "20 seconds. You can even do some side to sides. 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And that concludes our advanced warm-up. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to Maximum Fitness. We're going to get started with something known as self-myofascial release, and also people know it as foam rolling. These become very popular. A great tool. You can have it around the house. You can take it with you to events. It's very common with athletes and novice people that are just regular everyday athlete or your weekend warrior. Now what's nice about this is you could just you can do it. You don't have to have someone apply it on you. You can do this all yourself. So I'm going to teach you guys some techniques, and what's nice about it is it helps you with overall recovery time and injury prevention. And it's best used before an event. And remember, you can do it after the event, you know, and in any other time. Say your hamstrings might be tight, your back might be a bit locked up, and you might feel like you need to release some tension on your back, and it might be tied into your hamstrings. So I'll teach you some good hamstring rolling techniques. But first, we're going to get started with our calves, and I'm just going to, warn you that this is going to be a form of discomfort. But remember, a lot of us got these collagen adhesion knots in there, and by putting pressure and applying pressure on that muscle, it helps break up that collagen adhesion knot and releases, in turn, releases it back into the bloodstream, which helps the muscle become more oxygenated throughout the day. So that's how this helps with injury prevention and recovery time. So let's get started with our calves. So I'm going to cross over a leg. This is one technique you can do, and just roll nice and easy. And where it's the most tender, you can hold it on that spot, because generally you hit that collagen adhesion knot. Give it about 20 to 30 seconds, and you'll notice it'll feel like it released slightly, and then go over it nice and easy. So we're just going to do this nice and slow. Good. Now we're going to switch it to the other side. Oh, see, I'm a little tender there, so I'm holding it. I'm going to go nice and easy. So now I'm going to also show you can roll both of them at the same time. This might be difficult for some of you guys, because you notice how I had to lift myself off my floor, off the floor with my hands. I'm just like up in there. It can be hard on the wrist and the fingers. The only issue here is you have to be a bit stronger to get your rear end off that floor. So we're going to move on to the hamstrings now. So I'll just move up the leg. Again, it's the same similar crossover technique that I have with calves. And I'm just going to roll on the back of those legs. What I love about the hamstring, rolling the hamstrings is throughout my years as being a trainer, what I've noticed being a fitness professional and working with my own clients on an individual basis is their hamstrings are the tightest muscles that I deal with on trying to help them loosen them up to make them be able to move more optimally in all planes of motion and throughout the day. Now, when your hamstrings are more flexible, it also helps with your back. So say one day you wake up and you worked real hard in the yard the day before, and you wake up and your back's really tight. Well, you bust out the foam roll. I tell you, 90% of the time, you roll those hamstrings, and it really helps loosen up that lower back too. And it makes you feel better a lot of times. Okay, good. So I'm done with the hamstrings. I'm going to move on to my IT band. Right here, right on the side. See, it runs right between my quadricep and my hamstring, just right down there. Okay? This one tends to be a difficult one to do, but remember, it's very important that you do your IT band as well. Some of you may have some sciatic pain, like the knife in the rear end feel. Well, this can also help with that. Just go ahead and roll it nice and easy down that IT band. I play hockey. I'm a hockey player, and this is a really good one to do, being an ice skater. It's good because I'm also a mountain bike racer as well, and it helps with that. So remember, you elite athletes out there, this is great for that. For athletes in general, they're putting their muscles in a more taxing position on a regular basis. Okay, good. I'm going to switch it to the other side. You can get a kind of a better view here, what it looks like. What's nice about this angle is, and I got my arm down, so it's not like I'm holding up my weight as much as I was while doing the hamstrings and the calves, because I'm kind of laying down. So I don't have to have the strength I would have to have when rolling the hamstrings and the calves. That's a good one. Okay, now we're going to move on to the piriformis. I like to call it in the same area, the gluteus maximus, which is your butt area. So right here. So again, you notice there's a lot of times we're crossing over the leg. Well, this one really helps hit that area. So I'm just going to roll it. So if I was to show you, it's right here, right in that area there. So you're trying to roll that, and you need to cross over that leg so you can really hit it. Oh, when you do, you're going to know. Like, yeah, it's a bit tender. So I'm holding it there. I played in my first hockey game for the first time in like a year. So yeah, see, I shocked those muscles, and this is great. Not only do I need this, but I'm sure some of you guys do too. So I'm going to switch it to the other side. Oh, there we go. You'll notice in order to hit that the right way, crossing over this leg is necessary. All right, good. Now we're going to move on to our last foam rolling technique, and that's up in the upper back, right up here. We're going to hit up in the rhomboids and that subscapular area. Never roll, I'm going to tell you guys, never roll the lower back. It's too much of a compromised area to put that much weight on it, and you're more susceptible to injury rolling that area. So all these areas I'm teaching you to roll, stick with those unless you obviously talk with a doctor or physician and they specifically design a rolling technique for you. Otherwise, just stick to these type of techniques, okay? These are safer. So I'm going to teach you one to roll the upper back. I'm going to cross over my arms. And also, stay off the neck. Do not roll the neck either, another compromised area. See, it also helps me hit that area of my upper, middle, and lower trapezius region. Nice and easy. Woo, I'm a little tight up there today. I can feel that. Well, and that concludes our self-myofascial release stretching routine. But next, we're going to move right on to our static stretching routine from the floor. I do this one on a daily basis. This one just flows, okay? So we're going to start off just laying down on your back. Let's bring that left knee to the chest and hold it. Remember, good static stretch, 10 to 20 second hold. And raise that leg up. Things you want to stay away from, okay? Let's just go back to the knee real quick. It's good that I'm trying to tell you guys to stay away from things because you'd see a lot of bad techniques while in the gym. You want to stay away from this. You know, pulling and jerking on it and then lifting up your leg and pulling like that. That's bad because you're turning it into a ballistic stretch and then all of a sudden you're more susceptible to injury. So when you're doing that stretch, just hold it. Yeah, don't start moving around and all that stuff thinking you're doing yourself some good because you saw that guy at the gym doing it. Remember, stick with it and just hold it. Now, the thing about this one, when I'm raising that leg up, the straighter I keep that leg, the more intense it's going to get. It's going to get more difficult, okay? So the straighter that leg is, the more intense that stretch is. Okay, let's go ahead and switch to the other side. And again, we'll raise that leg up. If you guys want to get the benefits of the stretch, try to move it up to 20 seconds. Don't just do the 10 to 20 seconds. Some of you aren't going to need it as much as others. I understand that. Okay, let's go ahead and bring both knees in and hold it. This is nice for the back, lower back. I'm going to sit upright, both those legs out in front of you, and you're just going to give it a big stretch, okay? Again, just like while I was lifting my leg, one leg at a time, the straighter my leg was, the more intense the stretch was. The same goes for a hamstring stretch on the floor. When I'm going forward, if my legs are up like this, guess what? It's not going to be as intense, but if I have them flat on the floor, it's going to hit those hamstrings. And I have some tight hamstrings, and I'm the one that has to do this frequently. So we're going to hold this stretch for 30 seconds, okay? Ready, and go. You might see me touching my toes here. And not all of you are going to be able to do this, but there's going to be some of you that can go way far or way further than I'm going here. And, well, great. I'm happy for you because I always struggle on this one. Remember, keep those legs as flat as you can. Even if you can't get to right there, if you can't get to the toes, don't go compensating. Oh, hey, look, I'm touching my toes now because what did I tell you before? If they're not level, then you're not going to get that stretch. It's not going to be intensifying it. So say I'm stretching these hamstrings out and I can't get to my toes, but this is as far as I got. And it's like, but I'm still feeling it. That's what you want. It's going to be a form of discomfort. That's how you stretch and how you loosen up the muscle. Okay, now from there, we're going to take our right leg over our left leg and our left arm on the outside of that right knee. This is good because this helps loosen up my back. I got that arm right up against that thigh, and I'm just really trying to get a slight turn while I'm turning my upper torso and loosen up that back. And right from there, we're going to stay in this position. It's like a 1-2 punch. You go right from here to a piriformis stretch. Remember earlier when I was doing the self-myofascial release? Well, we're hitting that same muscle, but through a static stretch. And then you take it like this, and if you're flexible enough, you might be already too far by this point. Some of you might be like, just struggling just to get that leg up. That's fine, even if you could just hold it here. And some of you might be like me where I could walk it forward, but I've been doing this for a while. I tend to be very flexible in this area. And then after that, we're going to switch sides. Stretch that back out on the other side. Stay with me, guys. Remember, These are great stretches you can do every day. You can do them at home. You know, you can do them before and after a workout. You tend to have more benefit with static stretching and foam rolling techniques, for instance. Foam rolling techniques are more beneficial before a workout, and static stretching is more considered to be more beneficial after a workout. So there, you say sometime you're going out to do an event. Let's stretch out that piriformis again. You're going out to do an event, and you have your foam roll. So you foam roll those muscles before you go out, right? But when you get done, you can do both. You can do the static stretch first, then you can do the foam rolling after. But remember, the one that's going to be more beneficial before an event is the foam roll. Okay, great. Next one. Bring both feet together, inner thigh, okay, stretching that groin out. Now, I was talking about hockey earlier. You know, just because I'm playing hockey, I know I'm working my inner thigh and my groin. You know what? All you guys out there, you bikers, you walkers, all types of athletes should be focusing on all these stretches, not just the area that you think you're working most. Because remember, the body works as an entire unit. You go ahead and you neglect one area, then it has to overcompensate for the other, and then you end up getting injured. So do all these stretches. Don't just perform the one that you think you need most. Okay, and that concludes our static stretching technique. Now we're from the floor. Now we're going to move on to the one from the standing position. And this is nice because I have individuals that can't even get down and up off the floor. And this works great for them. You know, they might be an elderly senior. They might be a person that's coming out of rehab where they got a bad knee or a bum back. So these static stretching techniques can help these individuals get by for the day. And it'd be best if you are one of those individuals that have inhibited muscles in areas that might be coming out of rehab to grab a chair. You know, so you can grab a chair and have the chair right up alongside you, but I'm going to show you some techniques that you can do without the chair, and if you want, you can also hold on to something. So we're going to start off with the first one, which is our shoulders. Just come across the body. See how I just take the arm across the body, bring it in close. Again, we're still going through static stretching techniques here, so 10 to 20 second hold works great. Switch to the other side. And next, we got our triceps. And see how I take my arm up, and I take this arm when I get to right here, and I'm do a slight pull on that, push down, and it intensifies that stretch right here in that tricep area. We'll do both sides. And after that, let's take both of our arms, streamline all the way up like you're diving in the water. Big stretch. You even feel that in your upper back. You feel that through your abdomen region, right here, to the core. Okay, good. Bring it on down. Now we're going to stretch our neck out. Let's start off with that neck, pull it to the right. Just a slight pull. You don't want to get all crazy. You don't want to hurt yourself. Just feel that stretch right along that left side. And switch it to the other side. So again, you see I'm pulling it with my left hand, and I'm pulling to the left side while feeling that stretch on my right side. Then next, I'm going to look up at the ceiling, feel that stretch just below the chin. And then look down. Remember, guys, I may not be holding this for exactly 20 seconds, 10 to 20 seconds, but you guys know if you need that stretching more than the next guy, or you know you've just been really neglecting it, hold it for the entire 20 seconds. You'll get the benefit of it. So next we're going to move on. We're going to move it on down. Remember, we've just done the neck, the shoulders, and then the triceps, and then the streamline. And now we're going to go into the streamline, and we're going to take it to the left. Big stretch right along that back, that upper latissimus dorsi area, the lats. Then switch it to the other side. Good. Now I'm going to take my arms all the way back, just like that. And I'm gonna push my chest out. And I take my arms up high, keeping my chest out to the middle and then low. Really good, helps loosen that area up. Next, I'm gonna take my arm and I'm gonna go into 3 rotational movements both ways, okay? 1, 2, and 3. And what a lot of people don't know is when you're doing this type of movement here, like you see pitchers doing it before they go and they throw the baseball around, or on a baseball field, just a guy throwing a ball in general, a football player, who knows. But you have something inside your body, you know, synovial joints, okay? And 80% of our joints in our body are made up of this. And what's going on here is it's the self-lubricant in the human body. And by activating those joints and those synovial fluids, you have to be able to do it through rotational movements. Now, this is one that gets it going. See, I do a couple both ways, you know? And it'll help loosen you up. And that's a preventative injury thing too. Remember, static stretch and synovial type motions. So we're going to do the other side. I'm going to add one in there too. We're going to do some wrist stretches here, okay? So just pull on the fingers. And switch to the other side. Then we're going to take the tops of the wrists against one another and kind of push down, push against them, and then like you're bringing your elbows down. You'll feel that stretch right here. Then right after that, I'm going to take my fingers and I'm just going to go like this, and I'm going to shake it out. All right, we're still working our way down. Now we're going into our hips. Again, synovial type motion. Get those fluids going in the hips through rotational movements here. So 3 times, both ways. And I know there's a lot of you out there that are watching this going, hey, I've done that before. I did that in gym class. Well, they never really explained to you why you were doing it and what good, you know, it does when you go through those rotational movements. Well, now you know. Remember, synovial fluid is like the WD-40 of the human body. It lubricates the joints. Okay, so now we're going to move it on down. We're going to go into our quadriceps. And I'd like to know, remember, let's go back. Remember how I told you I'm going to give you guys the option to use a chair? Because this next stretch is going to require some balance and stabilization. Good. You know, if you're that guy, if you can't, you know, hardly stand there, then you need to grab onto your chair, you know. No big deal. All right, and then switch to the other side. We're almost there. Good. Now while feet hip width apart, we're going to reach down. We're going to do a hamstring stretch from the standing position. Here we go. Reach down. And just like I did from the floor, remember how I was explaining to you guys, the straighter you keep your leg, the flatter those legs are down on the floor, the more intense that stretch is going to be. The same thing goes with when I'm doing this stretch right here. Like if I go like this and I'm reaching down, whoa, look at that. Oh, that looks kind of weird, right? Like it's that easy for me to touch my feet. Well, if I straighten those legs out, now it's hard, you know. But that's good because you want to feel that tension. Like, wow, I'm actually doing something here. This stretch isn't supposed to be easy. If it is, then you're one of the lucky ones. So let's reach down. Try to get to where you're at, you know, and just hold it. Hold it for about 30 seconds, okay? All right, good. Now after I'm done stretching those hamstrings out, I'm going to do another one that's for my synovial joints. I'm going to do knee rotations, okay? I'm going to put my hands on my knees right here, and I'm going to go into 5 rotations both ways, okay? So 1, 2, do circles, 3, 4, and 5. Then I'm going to come back the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me tell you a little story about those joints. When I used to be an avid runner, I used to know if I did not do that synovial stretch there in my knees, because it was like they were talking to me. So when I did that, then my legs felt better when I was running. We have one more to go here, and then we'll finish up. We're going to take a weight, put it down, and you're going to step on it with your right foot. You notice how normally we want to do this because that's the body's path of least resistance. Well, guess what? I'm not stretching that calf out when I'm doing this. So I want to bring my left foot forward. Now that intensifies the stretch. Stretching the calf out. Again, hold that for a good 10 to 20 second hold. It's a good 10 to 20 second stretch. That's what you need. You're going to switch to the other side. You guys want to get the benefits of this stretch, and remember, you got to do it on a regular basis. Well, that includes our Maximum Fitness episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. My name's Jeremy Dahm. Make it a great and healthy day.